Hey guys, it's Paige Poppe. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks for joining me in the new year. Happy New Year, happy 2018. I have to say, it feels a little weird to be saying that because I'm actually filming this on December 3rd of 2017. So very planned ahead for today's 2018 New Year's resolution goal video. But one of my goals written down here is actually to have consistent videos throughout the entire year of 2018. And I'm already planning ahead here. I know that when the first of the year rolls around, I am going to be on vacation. Here we are pre-filming so that that video is going out in time and I'm sticking to my first goal of the new year. So I got a little ahead of myself there, but I love filming a 2018 goal video at the start of the year. I think it's really good to set intentions for the start of the year, and I of course think that you can change them throughout, but just going into the year with a new mindset is really good. And I was reflecting and I feel like in general I'm pretty happy with, you know, the habits I have and the things I do. You know, I feel like in the past I've had habits like, oh, I'd like to write more thank you notes this year, and I feel like I've really done that this year, so I am feeling good. I don't think goal setting should be something that you're hard on yourself about, but it's just like little things you can do, and I honestly feel like if you're conscious of your goals, you get more done. So if it's just like making a to-do list. If you only put one thing on your to-do list, you'll get it done, but if you put 5 things on it, I think you'll also get them done. So I like to take some time to do this, and today I'm going to share with you the goals I have written down here in my notebook. This notebook is kind of fun, actually. I'll show you guys. I made this, and it's like a collection of like cool papers I have. Like, this is a vintage map from National Geographic, but then also like my own art is mixed in here, and like misprints of art prints I made, and like this is a really throwback art print. This is like one of the first art prints I ever sold, like when I only had Etsy. There's some like original paintings, so it's just kind of fun, and happened to grab it today, and I wrote my goals on the back of this map. So although I've already said one of my goals, let's go ahead and jump into these. All right, to start, I will talk a little bit more about my regular filming schedule, and you guys probably get sick of me talking about this because I do mention it a lot, but what I've realized about myself with videos is I'll release 3 videos in 1 week, but then I'll have no videos for the next 3 weeks. And in some ways I think it's okay because it's fun to put out content like all in the same week and people enjoy that, but I think that the consistency is really important to me, and I just know that if I set aside a couple days to pre-film and edit and get everything out and scheduled, that I could narrow it down and like cut down the work time for me, and I could probably get the month of videos done in a day or 2. My goal for 2018 is to release 1 video a week. So if I compared like 2017, I might have made 75 videos, but they just weren't consistent because at the time of me filming this on December 3rd, I know I haven't put up a video on YouTube in like 4 weeks, and that's just not okay with me. So my goal for the end of 2018 is to look back and say, okay, I made 52 videos minimum and 1 went out a week. And if it happens to be more than that, that's totally fine. Like with vlogs, if I have extra footage, I'll put it out. But I just want to have that regularness for myself. And I have mentioned that I usually need to be inspired for videos, and I feel like I can strategically, like if I'm having a day where I feel really inspired with videos, just using that whole day for videos. If any of you guys are familiar with batch working, that's kind of what I'm getting to here, is that it takes less time to do everything in one day than to like spread it out. Definitely was inspired by Jenna Kutcher, who has a podcast called the Gold Digger Podcast, and she talks about how she batch records all of her podcast episodes for the month in 2 days, or maybe she does 2 days a week. I'm not really sure, but she records like 5 episodes in a day, and it's just genius because she has 8 episodes coming out a month for her podcast, and if she were to sit down 8 separate times, it would take a lot of time, but just to sit down and do it all, you're in the same frame of mind. And I've had days where I've edited like 4 videos in a day, and it's really fun because you like are in a mood and you're just going and going. So this is probably video number 1 of 2018 that you're watching right now. Okay, and my next 2 goals are actually kind of in the same frame of mind as what I just discussed, but I will explain. So the next one I have written down here is plan ahead. And like I said, I'm not being hard on myself for 2018. Something I'm most proud of for 2017 so far is that I really planned ahead better this year for a lot of things, especially in my business. So like product launches, the holiday season, which is always a lot of different moving parts for me, and even like booking travel, because you guys know I'm going back and forth between Arizona and Minnesota. Like I'm like pretty good at like doing things in advance. I'm like pretty good at finding cheap plane tickets because I book them in advance. So I really have seen that as a change for myself in 2017. Maybe it's just part of like being an adult, but I'm really happy with it. So like, for example, in 2016, I tried to be more on top of like what I was releasing for the holiday season and new launches and stuff. Like I launched a collection in the summer that I was proud of, and I tried to be on top of it with like making my ornaments and releasing them at the right time. That ended up kind of failing because I had to like switch my ornament 2 years ago, or is that a year ago now? Yeah, last year. So last year I had to switch like the ornament design I did, and then I got behind. This year, like I was so on top of things, and it was important that I was, because I have so many wholesale clients that sell my work, and I wanted to get them my holiday product so that they had it once the holiday season came. Like I didn't want to be in the middle of the holiday season and then be like, guess what? I have holiday cards, you know? So this year I was so on top of it. Literally in August, I designed, or maybe early September, but I designed my holiday cards at that time, because I did have a client reach out who was like, hey, I want to carry your cards at holiday. When will you have them? And I was like, you know what? There's no better time than right now. Like, let me just do them. So that was amazing. And from a business side, I think I sold a lot more holiday cards because I had them readily available for all of my retailers. And that's a wonderful feeling. Like literally, like November was going and I kept being like, oh my God, I ran out of time. And I'm like, no, like I'm ahead. Like I kept having to check with myself and be like, Paige, you're really ahead of things. And that felt so good. It's like, I don't know, it's just the best feeling in the world. So I will say I'm really proud of how 2017 holiday has gone so far. I also released my fall collection in October, and I think it was like the perfect timing. So I'm going to take everything I did from 2017 and apply that for 2018, and then just continue to strengthen it. Like I think the timeline of like when I released the fall collection and when the ornaments came out and everything, I will keep that same timeline. I think that's a really exciting feeling to have, and literally like I think anyone can do this. It's just a matter of being like, what do I need for like this quarter, like quarter 4, and like let me make all of it in quarter 3, and like what do I need for quarter 3, let me make all of it in quarter 2. A little bit easier said than done, because like right now I'm in quarter 4 and I'm not really like planned out for quarter 1 because holiday is just so crazy. I have to focus on it, but in some ways I think that's okay, because like I have time to regroup in January. And I just have a great outlook for 2018. I got surgery like mid-January of last year, and I feel like it really held me up and slowed me down from like January to March. It really like took a lot more out of me than I expected. So I just feel like I'm going into 2018 with a lot more time and space, and I just feel like settled, especially because we were like transitioning to being in Minnesota part-time last year. We like kind of lost some time there, although it was a really fun time. I just feel like 2018 is going to be like, I know what the plan is and I'm making it happen, and it's all good. Another one of my goals written down here is kind of similar. So goal number 3 is just to continue cataloging and documenting my work. And this kind of goes hand in hand with why I like video content, because I feel like I can look back and like see what's accomplished, you know? And I'm very visual, so for me, like usually the biggest indicator of like what I've made for the year is on Instagram, just like scrolling back and being like, oh yeah, I remember when I made this and I made that painting and I worked with this person. But I want to have a better documentation of that so that I can look back in like even a few years and be like, oh yeah, like remember my first business card looked like this or whatever. And I'm actually looking at it right now. I have it in a storage bin here. I had this like scrapbook I tried to make doing that, and it ended up being kind of a fail because it was just like too haphazard and everything. And what I'm realizing is I think I need to make some sort of digital documentation for myself. So some sort of like digital scrapbook. And if you guys have been here for a while, you know that I love Project Life, which is a really fun scrapbooking tool. I'm also looking at like my Project Life kits over there, but they're basically like little cards that you slide in. But they also have like it's either online or like a desktop version where you can do it digitally. And I think that that's just gonna be like it for me, because I have so many like photographs of work I've made, but I don't have it all like printed out to put in a scrapbook. So That will just be like a personal project. It's not like something I like have to get done, but it's important to me, and I would love to start having like 1 day a week or maybe like 2 days a month where I just sit down and I document what has been made in the past 2 weeks, just so I can keep it fresh in my mind, because still to this day I'll like go through my hard drive and I'll find a painting I made and I'll be like, I totally forgot I made that painting, you know, and it was like a wonderful experience, but that's how I am. I'm just like, so I'm almost like too creative for my own good sometimes, because I make things so fast and I don't like stop and be like, wow, I made this, you know, like I just want to make sure that when I'm like 80, I can remember everything I did, or like be able to show it to someone else one day. And I feel like as an artist, cataloging is really important, because your work ends up in so many different people's homes that like I don't see it every day. So especially it's cool when like I get someone who tags me in a photo on Instagram of like their home, and I like see a painting that I made and I'm like, oh yeah, like that's who has it. It's not fresh in my mind every day, so the cataloging is important to me for that reason. And yeah, that's my goal for that, and we will see how that goes. Okay, let's share a few more like personal goals, not business goals. I do have a few more business goals, but they are quick ones. Basically goal number 4 is to maintain boxing. And I know everyone has like a fitness goal in their New Year's resolution, but what I feel like is, I feel like boxing, I finally found like what my thing is. And that does not mean that I want to like become like a boxer that's like in the ring or something. I just think that this gym I found is like an incredible workout, and it's literally, when I'm doing it, it's definitely hard. I feel it on my body, but like there's so much like activeness to it in your mind and so much change, and it's like doing a sport or like an activity rather than working out. And I feel like that's just become my thing. Like I literally don't like tune out when I'm there. I don't worry about anything. I don't think about work. I'm just like in the zone. I will say I usually look at the clock at like 45 minutes because I'm exhausted and their classes are like an hour, but I just feel like I need to honor the fact that I found my thing. It's a little bit hard because the boxing place I go to is in Minneapolis, and so when I'm in Arizona I don't do it, but I think that it might be worthwhile for me to also find a place there. My 5th goal is another personal one, and that is to continue cooking and trying new recipes and baking, because it is something I have never enjoyed, but something changed this year. I found especially when I'm in Minneapolis, I enjoy cooking a lot, because I have to either like walk to the farmer's market, or I can walk to the store or walk to the Polish deli and get my ingredients. And I've just noticed if I can like shop in smaller batches and like pick up exactly what I need, or like if I find like some kind of vegetable that I'm really excited to use and then find a recipe for it, it just makes it a lot more fun for me. I really can't explain it. I just, in general, I also don't enjoy going to the grocery store, but like shopping smaller for stuff for cooking is fun for me. I can't explain it. So for the new year, I just want to continue exploring and cooking. And I like never thought I would be a person who would like experiment with baking or cooking or anything, but I made like a lot of rhubarb crisp this summer, and then I switched it to apple, and like I still need to tweak my apple recipe. And it's funny because that's not something I would ever do before, but now I'm into it, and I just want to keep that going and have a lot of fun with fresh recipes, like with vegetables, and just enjoy it. And while we're on this housewife vibe, my 6th goal is another personal one, which is to have a cleaning schedule. And all my goals are a little bit tricky when I travel so much. I think I'm more organized than like cleanly. Things always get clean, but growing up, my parents always had a cleaning schedule. So like on Thursdays, the sheets got washed. He has like days for each thing, which I think is so smart, because you're not just like throwing it all on one day. And the first year that Jake and I lived together, we always would like end up spending like a whole Sunday cleaning, and like I just don't think that's that fun. I haven't established what days those are gonna be for me yet, but I just think that that will like spread out the workload, and just having like one task to do every day is like not that hard. So I'm gonna try and implement that in the new year. Okay, and I have 3 more goals. So speaking of being in Minnesota, this summer and holiday, I had a chance to check out some art shows, like fine art shows and art markets here in the area. And for 2017, I just decided I was gonna focus on Arizona and do my events there that I always do. I still have 3 left for the remainder of the year, and I have been to enough events now in Minneapolis that I know which ones I want to apply for and hopefully get into. So summertime definitely, because there's not many events I can do in Arizona in the summertime because it's just so freaking hot. I definitely am like aware that having not done any events in Minneapolis will be a challenge for me. I'm going to at least try for 2018. I'm still like enamored with spending a summer in a place that's not Arizona, because I've loved Arizona summers and I like being hot, but it's definitely like a special kind of magic to be in the Midwest for the summer. I'm definitely getting on a tangent now, but anyway, Minnesota events for 2018, but I'm also going to maintain my Arizona ones because I have some that are like my ride or dies that I will always apply for, like Phoenix Flea and stuff like that. So hoping to do both in 2018. Okay, I have 2 more goals. One is a little more personal, pretty basic. I just want to hang more of my art. I have pretty decent original art collection going, including my own pieces. I saw on Instagram the other day, someone used like just 3M Velcro strips to Velcro their frames to the wall, and I was like, that is so genius, because most of our artwork isn't like super heavy, and Velcro is so strong that I was like, oh my god, like duh. So I think I'm gonna try that, and I like the Velcro idea too, because then you can switch it out. And then my last goal that I will wrap up with, I don't know what number we're on now, sorry. One aspect of my business is my wedding stationery design, and it just is one of my favorite things to work on, and it's something that fell into my lap when clients started asking for it, and it's been such a joy because it's fun. I found that I love doing it. I love working with the clients. I love the organization, like the schedule. I feel like I'm naturally good at it, so it's just been like totally a blessing, because it's not something I would have thought of on my own necessarily, maybe eventually. But I've gotten to the point now where I've been designing wedding stationery for a couple years now, and I have some ideas in the new year to be even more organized, and also the way I present my wedding stationery work. I'm working on other ways to showcase them through photos and digital stuff, so just gonna fine tune all of that in the new year, and it's become a pretty big part of what I do now. I always tell people I think it's like a third of what I do. I'm tempted to say a half, but I know it's not a half, but definitely keeps me busy, which I'm so grateful for, and I just want to make it even better in the new year. All right, so that was it. How many did we have? 9. Those are my 9 goals for 2018, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. I think this is a really good healthy habit. I definitely made these videos in the past, but not always uploaded them, because I have like some that are like so embarrassing to go back and watch. Like I think I have one from like 2012. I just think it's a good practice to have. I would encourage you to, if not film your goals, at least write them down. It's definitely a good habit maker, habit forming to do so. And I would love to hear from you guys. Please let me know in the comment below what one of your goals is for 2018. If you want to share more than one, you're welcome to, but I'd like to just hear one, and let me know if you share any of the same goals as me out of my 9 here. I would love to hear it. Happy New Year, happy first video of 2018. Here is to 51 more to come. We'll see how it goes. I'm setting the intention. Let's see how it happens. Thank you guys so much for watching. As always, I'm sending all my positive and creative vibes your way, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!